Hello and welcome to Studio Lanniston. My name is Daniel. Welcome to my channel. Normally I would be doing some kind of unboxing. That's what I've been doing in the past, but it's been a really long time since I've done one of those and haven't really gotten many really cool, interesting things to unbox. I've gotten a few things here and there, but just haven't felt like those were the videos I always wanted to make, but I didn't really know what I wanted to do, if anything. So recently I picked up a cheap light on a tripod and a lapel microphone, and I thought I would try my hand at doing some more hobby-focused videos to share the things that I like about board games and miniatures. So today I'm actually going to try painting a miniature. This is a mercenary named Varsha from the board game Fateforge, which is a narrative co-op adventure board game that I picked up a little while ago. And I decided, because it only had 6 models, I could probably do it really quickly, get the whole game painted up. And that was about a month ago that I started, and now here I am on the last model. So hopefully when this one is done, I'll be able to show off the completed project. And not really sure how this will go, if it'll be worthwhile to watch or not, how long it'll take. But I'm gonna try. I'm gonna see how it goes. I have to my left some artwork depicting the character, and for all the other ones, I've tried to stick pretty close to the artwork. So this gives you an idea of what I'm trying to go for. It won't be totally the same. The colors are a little difficult to match sometimes, and then some parts on the art aren't actually on the figure, but you can see I've got her primed black. I've got a handle thing with a rotating top from Redgrass Games that I have her stuck to, and we're just going to start. So I'll talk a little bit about the game as I go, hopefully have some things to share and ramble about, so it won't just be watching me paint. But here we go. So I'm starting with some heavy red. I'm going to do the armor. Well, now we'll start somewhere else. I'll start with the little bit of underneath the armor. So just gotta shake a bit. I hit the light. This is gonna be rough, but I have been thinking about doing this, thinking about it, and feeling quite nervous because I don't really like to talk, put myself out there, do videos and things. But I just figured give it a shot. So I'm just using a number 1 synthetic Vallejo, and I'm not the best painter, so don't be like expecting world-class quality here. I paint very simple tabletop standard, and I do feel like, I do like highlights and shades and stuff like that, but object source lighting and lots of freehand and really fancy effects and things are not really my forte, though I am trying new things every now and then. Boots down here, they look like they're about the same color. This is too light, but that's okay because we'll use some shades or inks and washes afterwards to get the right tone. It's kind of hard to get the right gray. I think I own I don't know, like 15 or more different kinds of grays, and it just never feels like I have the right one. So I keep buying different ones. So the reason again, like I said, I chose this game is because it only had 6 figures, but also it's one of these. Uh, it's an adventure game, and normally I will get those, and they'll be um, just really like they'll be really big, really involved, and they'll have like a ton of models. And the problem with that is, as cool as the models will be, I want to play the game when it's painted. I have managed to paint one of my board games completely, and the experience of playing with them painted, the models painted, was so good that I really couldn't go back. So now I've got shelves full of games, more on the way, and this is just a Smoke Black, by the way, aka Interactive, one of my favorite paint companies these days. Um, anyway, they sit on the shelf, and I wish that they were painted, but it takes a lot of time and energy. It especially takes a lot of effort for me, particularly, I find, to get going on a project, um, and then even more to finish it. I'll get like halfway through and just sort of peter out. Um, so, like I said, I started this a month ago. I actually did like 3 models in a day. And then today I just sat down. I just started painting. Like I wasn't planning on it, but I just did, and I found myself like enjoying it. And I ended up painting 3 little figures from it. There's an archer. There's a rogue. There's a shaman. That's too much water. Shaman. Look at little orc shaman. There's this character and like a nobleman, a duelist. So there's quite a bit of variety, and yeah, I don't know. It was weird I don't know why it takes me so long to get going on a project, and then why it takes so long to finish, but I don't know. It's worth doing, so I guess that's why, because every time there's something worth doing, there's going to be pushback from life or your mind or whatever. Um, I also get really distracted by other projects that I want to do. For example, I'm playing a game called Conquest with my friend. It's a big battles game. It's red, where you have armies of soldiers and you fight your opponent's army, try and come up with the best strategies to win. I have nearby just this pipette of water. Helps me to make sure I control how much water goes into my paint. It's not perfect, but it's really handy to have so you don't just have to constantly dip your paintbrush in water and try doing little drops. I'm also just using this little plastic palette instead of my wet palette because I don't know, I just like the ease of it. Don't have to take care of it really. And we're painting some red. It is my favorite color. So back to the game. Um, yeah, I painted a few models, and when I first got it, the game, of course, I opened it, and I've tried to build the habit of when I get a new game, rather than just let it sit on the shelf, I'll play it right away, get a feel for it, and decide if it's something that I want to keep and put the effort in to paint. And um, yeah, this one was. I played it with my son and my wife, and it has an app that tells you like what to do, tells you the story, lets you make decisions. So there's like story component, and then there'll be some kind of battle, and you just set up tiles, and then you have these models. You move around, you roll dice, just like a typical tabletop adventure game, except the app controls the enemies for you, so you don't need like a game master player or anything like that. Everyone who's playing gets to be part of the fun of being in the group. And so we played like a little bit, and it was really good. So I decided I'd paint it. And once I'm done painting this, then perhaps I will make a video talking about my experience, my thoughts on the game. Realizing I put some color here that I shouldn't have. Okay, I just painted over. These are supposed to be leather, so this was supposed to be gray. Next, we're going to do this fur. It's a kind of brownish fur, so I'm going to use this. Ooh, khaki color. Once I put a little bit of a wash on it, it'll look pretty good. Water. Yeah, this isn't designed to be a tutorial or anything. It's an experiment. See if this is the kind of video that I would like to continue doing or not. I feel like I'm not the right person to do YouTube videos. I'm quite introverted, but I love this hobby. I love watching other people paint, and I love watching like people complete projects, succeed. So I was wondering if maybe this would be a way to um, track my progress in things and motivate me to um, work on things. A long time ago, my wife bought me a light box for photographing models, and I just found that sharing things using that was really um, satisfying. So I started to do more sharing of my work, whereas before I wouldn't, because I just had like a crappy cell phone camera and no good lighting. So the lights in my basement where I paint are really yellow, and everything looks decidedly yellow as a consequence, which I don't like that much. I already have that here. Beastie brown. It's good for leather. It's good for hide. It's good for kinds of stuff. Yeah, anyway, so thought if I share some videos of me painting, I like how it turns out, then possible that I'll do more. And that would be good instead of spending my time on my computer or. Oh, sorry. I haven't really been looking in the phone. Probably. Like, see how that turned out. Red. Sorry if I was out of frame for too long. I'm doing this, unfiltered. Actually, not taking too long. I was worried it would take just much, much too long. Start with the shield. You can tell, you see how blobby it is? There's not enough water in the paint. Not a tutorial, but still worth the tip. Should be smoother. This paint's really old too, anyway, so sometimes it will just act weird. But I find it's still good. Paint lasts a long time. Maybe I just there's too much water. Too much water in my brush. I like to imagine with my colors that the materials have a story or something. Like the hide of this shield matches the leather of this foot wrap. And that looks like, an Oreo now. Hopeful that the completing this will mean I play the game more, and that game will be really fun. The nice thing about it, if you're interested in narrative type games, cooperative games, is it's unlike a lot of like the big Kickstarter games that I tend to get. It's the size of the box is only the size about like a regular board game, which is nice because of the app. You don't have to have a lot of giant books, and there's like really good storage. Makes it easy to set up. So if you're new to narrative games, or you just don't have the space, or you just want something accessible, this so far has been really good for that. Belts. Color. Really like this figure holder. It's just got like an orange putty stick in between. And it handles things pretty well at being able to just rotate. Don't worry about mistakes. You can always go back. We'll make mistakes. person. We also like washes because they hide a lot of our mistakes. Focus here. Sorry, not talking too much. Ah, good. Not so much an Oreo now, more maple cookie maybe. Okay. Inside. A little tricky. Uh, I think this was the one model that I was most intimidated to do, so of course it's the one I chose to paint on camera. Sometimes models seem really intimidating to paint. Then you start doing it. Turns out not too bad. One is sort of half that. Maybe not like yet. It's quite a work. Let's do some straps. This was the character my son chose. Pretty strap. And I was playing the duelist. Next, I'm gonna go for the shaman. So cute. Worker goblin thing. It's supposed to be. Benefit of having a wet palette around is you can paints last a lot longer than they will on a palette like this. Sorry. Just, you can tell I've not filmed myself painting before. Alright. Getting our base colors pretty quickly. Once the base colors are done. Ooh, wow. Colors. Here. We're gonna go for this. Charred brown. I use this a lot as also like a leather base. It's really good. And it's really good if you're going to paint darker skin. Although I have a dark flesh tone, that's basically the same. Just to not have it. You just have this. Should have done the face first, but the face is like a weird purpley thing. I don't really know yet how I'm gonna do it. I don't have a color that seems to work. I have to like make it. Sorry if I keep shaking the camera. Hopefully there's like an anti-shake video. There should be. Not well. It's like found footage. Alright. Now we're gonna do I'm gonna do the metal last. And it looks like we want to do lighter gray. This here, even though it's the same next to it, but you don't like to have. Disappears. These colors are nice. Well, they make your model look more done, but my, this just isn't. This is not complete. So, yeah, I'll also do armband. Almost ready to do her skin. And a little red fingerless glove thing going on. Alright, now here's the skin we're trying to go for. It's like a purple, maybe. So I'm gonna mix this heavy skin tone with like the tiniest drop of that and see what we get. So let's see. That's our heavy skin tone. Mix some paints. Gonna put a little here. Don't mix them right away in case it doesn't work. And we're gonna take a tiny bit of this, tiny bit of this, a bit over here. Oops, sorry. A little more. I think that looks pretty good, actually. Sure, it's all mixed up. Then a little water, a brush. Here's tiny models. Actually, I really think that turned out quite well. I won't bother painting the eyes on this because I'll just use like shades and stuff to make it the appearance of just like shadowed eyes. That is pretty much what I wanted. That she's got a headband. Probably make that one red. Bit of our red. Let's see if we can do this. Messing up her. Still too thick. Can't control. There. Right. So now I'm just gonna get some of this cruddy paint water so we can do some metallics. No one always tells me not to do metallics and wash it off in the cup that you're using because I get glitter and stuff that ends up transferring to other colors. Literally never happened to me, but no, I have to show you guys a good example. You're gonna think just the same way I do, not listen to the professional. Doing some metal, I'd like to learn how to do. There's like a technique called non-metallic metal where you see. I was gonna do it. Where you you paint metal with just not metal colors, not with the glitter and stuff. You have to have like a really good understanding of lighting and stuff with your paint, which I just haven't really gone with. I've tried it a few times. It looks really cool. You can do it right. But I am just an average painter. Average painting techniques served me well for years. Try and improve a little bit each time. Still enough. All right. Now, time for some washes. And this is where things get a little more entertaining for me. Anyway, I don't know if it'll be entertaining for you. Well, I suppose I could try and do those lines. See in this part here, it's got like squares, but not on the figure. Maybe I could just try and draw some. How would it go? Huge mistake. I'm just. I don't feel that ambitious right now. But let's see. We've got our classic gnome oil. Put gnome oil over top of. Well, we could put it over anything, but we're going to put it over anything gray. That was supposed to be red. See this stuff, it just like goes in the recesses and it just does work for it. Be tricky to let that other leg dry before I get it in there. Really help much for flat surfaces, but for consistency's sake, I tend to put it on anyway. Don't want too much of this. Pooling anywhere that's like not a recess. Leave little blobs then look bad, like you wipe them off by accident, like if it leaves a bubble or something. That will do. Isn't dry. Can't do that. I'm surprised. Actually, alright, so next we're gonna get our good friend Agrax Earthshade. And you don't have to just get Games Workshop ones, that's just what I'm used to. I don't know why. They're not like the be all and end all of paint. It's just one brand among many washes. I know these ones. I know what they'll look like, so that's what I use. Or anything brown, you can do red. Sorry, I'm out of focus. These are helping by creating color separation. They create dark lines between the colors. Really important. Focus. Sorry about that. Focus on the hot in the background, doesn't it? Almost done, actually. Just crazy. 38 minutes. I've been rambling on and painting. Lucky that I invited you along instead of me just listening to loud music. And entertaining for you. Lucky, I should say. I'm glad if any of you are watching and have made it this far. I know everyone's time is precious. How you choose to spend it, big deal. So if you've been watching me, then I do really, really appreciate it. I've always dreamed of having a hobby video channel. So see, said enough about that, I think. All right. I want her face to be more purple than it is, so I'm going to use this. Oh, somewhere in here I got, yep, violet ink. Inks are like washes, but there's a lot more color in them. So you gotta be really careful. That is clogged. Always good to have some pins nearby, just in case. Because if you do not, you try and unclog with more pressure, just end up with. Okay, well, that's fine. Just highlight the no color. Ridiculous. Oh well. Too many blueberries. So, yeah, once those washes are dry, then come back and uh, finish her up. Alright, so the washes are dry enough, I think, that I can keep going. Just while I was on the pause there, I did do purple on her face again. And now I'm going to try and do not the eyes, but that face paint. Because it's just 3 lines. Right there, there, there. And for that, we're going to take this teeny, teeny, teeny little brush. Right? See the difference? I'm going to see if I can manage to do this without totally screwing everything up. I'm going to have to get real close. Feel like I can't see anything. Hmm. You can even tell. I might go back and do that later. I might have to do some highlights actually so you could see. Color like that. Yeah. Down there. All right. Now, let's try this. Let's try this when I've let the paint dry instead of just being impatient. How about that? In the meantime, we'll do some red highlights. I find you always need way less paint than you think you do. Actually, I should use my time on this. Oh, individual panels. Oh, take time. Can. Okay. There's probably a better, faster way of doing this. I don't know. Having fun. Appreciate it. Didn't know if I would have any fun. I am liking this. Sometimes the highlight part ends up in a good spot to fix mistakes. Sometimes you make new ones like that. just say that's in the back. We don't need to worry too much, right? Fortunately, there I put too much primer on. Maybe a bit too much red paint. Or the model itself is just not most detailed. It's hard to see these little segments to pick them out. I'm just doing my best. From far away, when it's on the board, this will look fine. Oh wait, was it? Yeah, right? This was supposed to be. Okay, now out a little bit. This is bone white. It's not. It's like an off white. Sometimes it's a little too white. I'm gonna just use it a little bit on her. Did I get a wash on? Nobody told me. No one stopped. Said, hey, maybe someone did. Hey, you missed this one. Alright, now. No. It's this cocky shield bits. I'm still using this teeny little brush. Why not? Sometimes I really like highlights to be a little extreme. Gives the model a more cartoonish illustrated look. This game, you're playing their story, so it's like characters from a storybook. Starting to look good. Usually a point when I'm painting where I really don't like the model. I don't know what I'm doing and I question all my choices. And usually just keep going. And a lot of the times start highlighting things. At some point, it just comes together for me. Starting to get to that coming together point. Definitely gonna need another wash on here though, because it just, I don't know, something about it look right yet. No, I need gray back. Yeah, so this is the gray I started with, and I'm just gonna, oh, well, that's still here. Still usable, so I'll just use it. Sometimes I just highlight the original color instead of concocting a new one because it'll blend. Yeah, it's giving it more of a patterned look. We can highlight that. Almost ready for varnish. Make you watch the varnish dry. Oh, watch dry. Alright. I forgot I had to skip that leg when I did the washes. Now we can, then we can do so. Seems to have gotten a spot of brown. It's alright. This. Alright. It works. One. Now, will these show up? No. Maybe we'll do that. Well, I tried. It won't work. It's too small. I mean, someone could do it. I could do different colors. I think she's good. What? That's do that. Final touches. Again. That. Syria. And highlight. Fix that. For that to dry. Oops. Sorry. Well, see, I think some of this gray for some of the dark areas. Just a tiny little highlight. This one's all messed up because it's like the thing split, so it just like dries up really fast. So, just sort of did that the day I got it. It's really sad. All right. Mm, 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 here. All right. Well, I think she looks pretty good. The washes and the paint are a little shiny, which I don't really like. I have a matte varnish that I'm going to use. This stuff, and it's going to make her much better looking to me anyway. She'll match the other characters. I also have to do like a dry brush on here on this. Like this is just a texture paint I put on before I started painting. Then I'm going to put a grass tuft and I'll varnish her. And I don't, well, I don't know if you want to see her get varnished. No. It's not that exciting. I'm gonna get done with the waters. And then I have this brush, which is only used for varnishing. Just do this all over the figure. Looks terrible. Dries and looks really cool. So, thank you for sitting with me and watching me paint. Hope it was somewhat entertaining. Be back later once this is dry and finished to show it the finished product, finished model, and the other characters with her. Alright, so we're back. The varnish is pretty well dry. There she is. She turned out really nicely. And she'll fit right in there. Companions, we have the rogue, archer, mercenary. This is the party model, shaman, and duelist. Those are the 6 models that come with the Fateforge base game. I got an expansion that I don't know I have for a gift up in a closet that I bought myself and have to wait for Father's Day or something to get. So I'll have one more model when I get that. But for now, this is the completed project. So thank you again so much for watching, and hopefully you had fun and you enjoyed it. Thanks again. Bye.